Hi everyone, my name is Logan Hewitt. I'm a mental health therapist for One Common Unity, and I am placed at Brown Education Campus. Thank you so much for joining me for this week's Wellness Wednesday. I will be leading you guys through a creative arts mini little exercise. For this activity, you will need a piece of paper, a blank sheet of paper. It could be any type of paper. It didn't have to be white, it could be any color. This is just a printout piece of paper. I will be using a pen. So you can use something just to write and draw with. It could be a pencil, marker, crayon, whatever you have. I will be using scissors at some point, just once throughout the video. You do not have to use it if you don't have it. We can improvise for that portion for when we use it, when we get there. And again, this activity for today is just to help us unwind, show off your creativity side, and yeah, just unwind and relax and taking time out the day just to have fun. Hopefully you have fun. And yeah, we're going to be creating a book with our sheet of paper. So when you're ready, we can begin. So hopefully you're ready. Let's begin by taking this piece of paper and folding it in half. We're going to fold it a couple times, and it doesn't have to be perfectly straight. Mine are never perfectly straight. When you're folding it, if you don't have a pair of scissors, you can just make sure you're going over it with your fingernails and creasing it tightly. So it should look like this. And now we're going to fold it once more. And once more. Okay, so it should look like this. Looking a little booky now. And we're going to, once you have it like this, we're going to open it back up. So in total, you should have 8 blocks. So this is the tricky part for some, for me. We are going to take our scissors if we have it, or if you don't, we'll improvise. But from here to here, we're going to cut straight through. If you have scissors, again, it's going to be easier because you can just fold it and like cut it. For me, the first time I did this activity, I just, again, went over it, sealed it with my fingers, and placed it on the table and broke through the seal. But if you have a scissors, you can go over it. So we are going to make a tiny it could be very thin, doesn't have to be a thick giant cutout. And again, should end up looking like this. So as you see, it started from here to here. My slit was as thin as this, so didn't have to be. If you rip it, that's fine. I ripped, and it didn't have to be perfect, you guys, because imperfections are awesome. So I'll give you guys a couple more minutes to do so, and I'm just going to start over again for those who missed it. Again, we folded it again. Sorry if I'm going a little too fast. and then we opened everything back up and made incisions from here to here. It should be like a diamond in the middle. Okay, so this is just the first step of getting our book ready for the later activity. Okay, you guys, well, everyone. So our paper, again, should look like this, little diamond. So we're going to turn it and fold it down, and that looks like this. We're just going to clap it together, close the book. So this could be tricky because depending on how you folded it, the incision, well, the creases could be different, and that's fine. We can just crease it to our liking. For me, it should look like an M, pretty much. I can start all over again. Again, we have the incision here, diamond, sorta, and we're just going to turn it, fold it down, and this is the M. I'm just going to take it and close it together and seal it up again on each side. Like this. Page 1, page 2, page 3, page 4, and so yeah, thank you. Now let's try to number them off. This will be our cover page. So page 1, 2, 3, 4. You should have 4. I'm going to write on the front. Well, the first page, I'm going to put a 1, 2 on each, just so I know. I do this because sometimes when I get back to this book in the future, and I'm like, oh, how did I do this activity in the first place? I unraveled it one time and tried to reclose it, and it was just, I lost a page. I was like, this page, the first page was the cover page somehow, the fourth page was the second page, so it kind of got me confused. So I like to number them so I know it's supposed to be a 3 and a 4. So I know in the future if I want to go back and look how I started this activity, I'm able to keep track of it. All right, so starting off with our cover page, we are going to make sure when we're writing the pages look like this. We're going to write our names on the top, and I would like you to, if you feel comfortable, to draw, or you can write it out if you'd like. But for me, I'm going to draw with my pen a quick little doodle of what I see outside of my window. For me, looking straight across right now at my window, I see a couple of trees that are turning, all light colors that I'm excited about, and my neighbor next door, well, her house, she's inside, and her car. So I'll draw that in the street. Again, if you feel comfortable writing your names on the top, I write mines. You can write it however way. If you want to write a cursive, small, large. Again, you can begin drawing. While you draw, please be mindful of your breathing. Because again, this is supposed to be a relaxing activity. So it helps for me at least to keep track of my breathing while I am making different strokes and dotting different things. You can add as much detail or little detail as you'd like. So if you have your crayons or markers with you and you want to be detailed with the color, you can. I'm just, again, using my pen for everything. So if I'm trying to shade, I'm going to use the pen or, so yeah. Everyone's scene is different. For me, I like to get, as far as the trees, I like to get the different branches as far as the details. For me, the house, I don't really, I'm not an artist, so I don't really have much detail when it comes to drawing a house. But for trees, I like to pay attention to how many branches they might have or stems, bushes. You might see a bird outside, or you might see someone standing by the bus stop, cars going by. If you feel comfortable drawing that, you can. Or a squirrel. For me, I live right in front of a main street, so I will be drawing the cars that I see go by. Just a couple. Right. We can come to a close soon. Finish up your cover page drawing if you can. If you can't, you can always feel free to come back to this activity Alrighty. I'm curious to know how everyone's cover page turned out. This is mine's. So these are the cars passing by that I continue to see. My neighbor's house. She has a couple of flower pots. Her tree, the bus stop. Someone's waiting by the bus stop. I don't know who that is. I don't know what, I mean, I'm not an artist. So that's my disclaimer. I'm just a mental health therapist. And yeah, this is my cover page. And let's move on to the first page. Remember, we got a couple more to go through. But for your first page, if you can show off your creative side for me, and just, I want you to draw a bird. It doesn't have to be a certain type of bird unless you know a certain bird you want to draw. But whatever bird comes to mind, just take the time out to draw that on your first page. And yeah. When you finish drawing the bird, if you want, you can leave it how it is, but I'm going to encourage you to draw a little thought bubble of what might that bird be thinking at the time. Also, you can write down what bird it is, and if they can fly, if the bird can fly, whether it can or cannot, or what if it has any other type of tricks. You never know, right? So let's begin. Again, if you want to add color to this bird, you can. If you want to add detail to the feathers, to the eyes, to the beak, feel free to do so. If you want to draw a flying bird, you can. If your bird happens to be in water, you can draw. Yeah. Again, you all, doesn't have to be perfect. Sorry if I got quiet for a little. Sometimes when I focus on the detail, I tend to get a little quiet and zone out. Which is interesting. I wonder how everyone else does. Like, everyone draws differently. Some people tend to focus more. Some people, they can focus on their drawing more with details and still have a conversation or interact or multitask. So I'm curious to see how everyone else is doing. But I encourage you to get as creative as you want. It's supposed to be a fun activity. And again, if you want to add a thought bubble to your birdie, a little message, what they might be thinking. You all can continue to draw yours. I'm just going to share mine because what I have so far. My bird is saying, "What a nice day." It's the sun. I got a little creative with the clouds. My bird is just waiting in the water, just calmly taking a stroll through the ocean. And yeah, I'm going to answer the questions on the bottom with what bird this is to me, and is this bird flying or not, or what's doing. I'm just going to put a little note on the bottom of what my bird is doing. And it doesn't have to be a specific, like, oh, this is a robin, a blue jay, a flamingo. It can be whatever bird that it's your bird that you create. So if you want this to be a Kusi bird or Blablabus bird, you can make it whatever bird you want to, as long, I mean, yeah, spell it however you want. Oh, I got this message. It's a wild rare cocoa bird. Excuse my handwriting. Can it fly? Technically yes, but only can fly at night. And as you can see, this is sun, so can't fly just yet, but once the sun hits, she can flap her wings. Right? If you all want to add more details, you can. If you want to come back to it, you can. I'm going to move on to the next side, part 2, or page 2. That side is going to be, if you feel comfortable, just writing what you are grateful for. I'm going to put that as a note on the bottom. This is a gratitude page, if you can, if you feel comfortable for it. I wrote gratitude on top, and I asked the question, what are you grateful for? So if you wanted to draw again, you can. Again, this is your book, so you technically have the rules for it. I'm going to write different words that I'm grateful for, and yeah, I'll check back in and show you all what I have at the end. While I'm writing down these different things, what comes to me is that I think of memories of when I was grateful for these things. Like love, for instance, I wrote love first. I'm grateful for that, and I instantly just, my mind went back to a memory of a time or recent time that I felt that type of gratitude for having that sense of love, like within my family. It doesn't have to be broad. It doesn't have to be specific. It can be either or, whatever you feel comfortable with inputting or whatever comes to mind at the moment. Just going to share some things I have right now with you all. Again, I put love, food, peace, my puppy, my family. I'm grateful for color in the world. I'm grateful for healthy babies. So I'm going to keep adding for what I'm grateful for. Yeah, I think I'm finished with this page. Again, you can always come back to it. We can give it a couple more minutes. I'm just going to share other things I put. I'm grateful for shelter, health. What memory with my grandma came into mind. So I said I'm just grateful for my grandmother in general. Memories of a happy childhood. I just remembered times I was playing with my siblings. We didn't really play pillow fights. I don't know why, but instead we played teddy bear fight. Just a little fun fact about me. Yeah, we used to like build our forts throughout the room, and I was the smallest, so I just teamed up with my oldest sister, and we would gather all the teddy bears in the house that we had, and it was a lot, and threw it at each other like a bomb, like just tossing it at each other. Yeah, that was a funny memory for me that I am grateful to have. Alrighty. So hopefully you have all of your gratitudes written down. You have you have your birdie. And we're going to move on to page 3. Almost there. This is going to be the final page, you guys. Everyone. So for page 3, if you don't mind defining what hope means to you, you can define it again. Each page you can set the full rules for yourself. It could be or just go with it. There are no rules for my rules. You can draw it, what hope looks like to you. Yeah, you can draw it if you want. I'm going to write it down my little definition of it, of how I see it. Let's take a few minutes to do that. And again, I'm going to write on the bottom what we're doing. I'm going to write on the bottom, define hope. Just so I'll know what's going on when I come back to this in the future. All right. Alrighty. With a lot going on right now in the world, our hope can be tried, I'll say that. And that came to mind even writing my definition down. And so I'll share with you what I got. For me, I said hope is something I look forward to. I look forward to it every morning, noon, and night. It's my reason to keep moving. It's about having faith that things will get better one day. I do have faith that things will get better one day. And that's my definition of what hope is to me. Again, you can write it or draw it. It doesn't have to be as a little paragraph like mine. If you want to be longer, you can. If you want to be a sentence or another word or a couple of words, it's up to you. Just whatever you define it as. And yeah. Thank you all so much for continuing so far with me. And we're going to move on to the last page, page 4. And for this one, I'm going to ask if you all can define what love means to you. Please. Excuse my handwriting. Again, you can do this however way you want. If you want to draw and write, either or you can. I'm actually going to draw and write some notes on what I define as love for me. All right, so let's complete this activity. Go out with a bang with love. Thank you all again for joining me throughout this activity. I hope it was really helpful in some form of way to you, or I hope you were able to get something out of it, and maybe pass it down to someone, or do this activity in the future with yourself or with someone in mind you have to do it with. Again, we're just defining love, what it means to us. You can define it on page 4, however way you'd like. It's up to you for your book. All right, I think I'm finished. You can continue to work on this and come back to it whenever you'd like. I'll share what I have. So I put my mom. I don't know if you can see Bougie, that's my puppy's name. Family. Laughs. Friends. Concern. Freedom. Memories. God. Care. Sisterhood. Nurture. I think I said family already. Friends. All these things that came to mind. I had like a small smile when thinking of them while writing. So whenever it came into my head and I started to smile, I just wrote it down because they make me happy. And I tie that to what love means to me. So this is my book. This is my birdie. Cocoa bird. This is what hope, oh wait, this is what I'm grateful for. You see, this is why I write it down. I forget which page. This is me defining hope. And this is me defining what love means to me. That's it. Thank you guys so much for joining me. Again, my name is Logan Hewitt, mental health therapist for One Common Unity, and I am school-based therapist at Brown Education Campus. I hope you guys enjoyed this activity just as much as I did. I've done this a couple times, and each time is just something new that I'm doing with it for myself, something new I'm writing down, some new bird that I draw that I named something else. Sometimes the bird can fly today, sometimes it can't, but that's just up to me because it's my book. So I hope you enjoyed making your book, and yeah, have a good day. Thank you.